In previous videos, we learned how to install the Operations Manager agent. In this video, we're going to look at configuring individual agent settings. I'll discuss the properties of the agent, how to change primary management servers, how to repair the agent, delete the agent, and uninstall the agent. When you are ready to configure the agent settings, open the Operations Manager console, select the Administration view, and in the navigation pane, go down to under Device Management, go down to Agent Manage, and you'll get a view that looks something like this. And this is where you'll see all of your agent managed systems that have the Operations Manager agent installed on them. Now, if you look over under the task pane and then under actions, you'll see some additional options for properties to change the management server, repair it, delete it. These are the same options that you would get if you did a right mouse click on the agent. If you highlighted it and did a right mouse click, you'll get the option to copy, change the management server, to repair it, uninstall it. If you select change management server, you'll get an additional dialog box that looks like this, where you'll have the option to select a management server. If you're running more than one management server in your management group, each of the agents will be assigned to a primary management server. Now, as long as the primary management server is online, the agent will send events or alerts that it has captured to that primary management server. Now, this is the management server that's responsible for notifying the agent about configuration details, and the agent also sends heartbeats to this management server. Now, if the primary management server goes offline or if the agent loses contact with it, the agent will start communicating with the failover server. And by default, agents will fail over to any management server in the management group, or by using Active Directory auto assignment, which we configured on a previous video. Now, this redundancy allows the managed agent to continue to stay in contact with the management server and to continue monitoring. Now, when the agent can start communicating with the primary management server again, it will automatically fail back over to the primary management server. But to change any management server, you would just highlight that management server and then just click OK. Now, there may be occasions when you want to physically change the primary management server, let's say for load balancing purposes, or if you want to decommission a primary management server, but you want the agents to continue to monitor, then you would just go into the agent properties and change that. When you select the properties options, you will be presented with two tabs, the heartbeat and security. The heartbeat tab shows how often the agent will generate a heartbeat, which is sent back to the management server to let the management server know that the agent is still online and communicating. Now you see that this option is grayed out. That is because it is using the global settings, heartbeat settings. To override the heartbeat settings for an individual agent, you would just select override global agent settings, and then you can go in and configure individual heartbeat intervals for a particular agent. When you select the Security tab, you are presented with a single setting. Now, this is an important setting depending on the computer that you're managing, and that setting is allow this agent to act as a proxy and discover managed objects on other computers. This setting enables the agent to send information to the management server on behalf of unmanaged systems. Now, you are warned that this could be a potential security risk. Someone could take advantage of these proxy settings, and there are times, though, when you may need to use these settings. But typically, you will be informed of this in the management pack guide. We're going to talk about management packs in future videos, but in the management pack guide, it will state whether you should explicitly enable this proxy setting. When you download the Active Directory, the Exchange, or the Hyper-V management pack, it's very likely that you may need to enable this proxy setting. But again, just check the management pack guides. When you go into Control Panel and under System and Security, click Microsoft Monitoring Agent, you would be presented with the Microsoft Monitoring Agent properties and control panel. Now, there are 4 additional tabs that allows you to manage settings for the individual agent. The first tab under Operations Manager, an agent can report to multiple management groups. So if you use the operations integration with Active Directory, and you'll see a list of available management groups. So this is called multi-honing an agent. If you wish for an agent to send their collected information to multiple management groups, multiple management servers, and another management group, you can go in and click the Add button to add, and when you click Add, you'll get presented with a dialog box so that you can add an additional management group. You have to add the management group name, the primary management server, the port that you're going to communicate with, and what action account you're going to use, a local system account to perform your agent actions or a specific domain account. The next tab is the Microsoft Azure Operational Insights tab. Now, AOI is a cloud-hosted software as a service tool that allows IT operations staff to collect and search data from multiple machines for analysis. What AOI does, it works by gathering agents and intelligent packed data and logs from on-premise servers and virtual machines that the staff wants to monitor. Once collected, this information is exported back to AOI and is compiled and displayed in a single pane. So the process is similar to an agent communicating with a management. By selecting Connect to Azure Operational Insight, if you do not have a management server and you have a cloud account for Microsoft Azure, you can have your agents to report directly to the Azure Operational Insights. If your computer requires an HTTP proxy server for connecting to the Operational Insight, you can enter that information under the proxy settings. And lastly, the Properties tab just gives general property information about the agent, the computer name, the product name, and the product version. When you open up Control Panel, go into System and Security and select Microsoft Monitoring Agent. Now this is on any agent managed system. You will be presented with some additional agent properties. You will open up the Microsoft Monitoring Agent properties, and the very first tab is the Operations Manager tab. Now in this tab, if you have multiple management groups, you can do what's called multi-honing the agent. You can allow the agent to communicate with more than one management group and different management servers in additional management groups. So this is if you had like a test environment and a production environment, and you want to make sure that you carry on that parallel to where you want to test maybe a management pack in a test environment along with a management pack in the production environment and see if you're getting and collecting the same results, or if you are upgrading from a previous version of Operations Manager, maybe a 2007 version of Operations Manager along with your 2016 version, and you want to run those two systems in parallel, you can multi-hone the agent. And an agent can be multi-honed to up to 4 management groups. The next tab, and if you select the Add button, you will have the option to put in the name of the management group, the primary management server of that management group that you want the agent to report to, the port, and what action account you want to use. Now, the next tab is the Azure Operational Insight, or AOI. That is a cloud-hosted software as a service tool that allows IT administrators to collect and search data from multiple machines for analysis. And how AOI works, basically an agent will report to the AOI servers, and it'll send information that the agent has collected back to the cloud. So it's sort of like having a management server in the cloud. So if you have the Microsoft Monitoring Agent installed locally on an agent, but you don't have management servers, this will allow you to send data for that agent to the AOI cloud. The proxy tab settings. If your computer requires a proxy server for connecting to the operational insight, you can just enter the proxy information here along with username and password for authentication. And finally, the properties tab just tells you general property information, the computer name, the product name, and the version. In this demonstration, you will learn how to repair, delete, and uninstall a monitoring agent. Now, when I open up the Operations Console, click on Administration, and then scroll down to Agent Managed and select my agent. And of course, if I right mouse click the agent, I will be presented with some options that we spoke about earlier. Now, to repair an agent, this menu does exactly what it sounds like it does. It repairs the agent on the agent managed system. So if an agent is not responding, or if the files for an agent have become corrupt and the agent will not run, you can reinstall the agent using this option. Now, there's another function for this option. If at any time you want to make changes to the account that the agent runs under, you can use the repair option to reset the account without having to go to each individual machine and make the changes in the settings, in the service settings. So if I wanted to repair, select the management server action account, and then when I click repair, I would just repair it. Or I could say use another domain account to do the repair. And this will actually uninstall the agent and then reinstall it. Now, if I select delete or even uninstall, let's just look at uninstall. So when you select the uninstall option, you remove the agent from the agent managed system. You actually have to go through a wizard first. When you click uninstall, you'll select the management server action account that's going to be used to do the uninstallation, or you can put a domain account. Now, when selecting a local account, the agent uninstall task will be run under that local account, while the discovery task will be run by using a management server action account to discover it, and then it'll uninstall it. If any of the agents that you're trying to uninstall is a proxy agent, you need to reassign the proxy agent to another agent and then select uninstall. And of course, it'll go through the process of uninstalling it. So other option you can use is delete, and that's probably one of the bigger questions that you may have. What's the difference between the delete and the uninstall option? Whereas uninstall will remove the agent from the agent managed system, delete will remove the agent from the operations manager database. Now, if I select delete, which I'm about to, if I select delete, are you sure you wish to delete the monitoring agent for the selected computer? If I select yes, that will remove the agent from the database, but the agent is still installed on that agent managed system. So I would have to go into control panel on that particular agent managed system and run the uninstall to uninstall that agent. Once I click delete, now I'll have to go back to that agent managed system, go into programs and uninstall a program, and you see the Microsoft monitoring agent is still installed. So that's the difference between install and delete. Delete deletes it out of the database, but it's still installed on that agent managed system. So I would have to go back through control panel. When I do uninstall, uninstall will uninstall it from control panel and also delete it from the database. So if I just highlight the Microsoft monitoring agent and then click uninstall, it will actually go through the installer to uninstall the agent. And once the agent has finished uninstalling, it has been removed from add remove programs or programs and features in the control panel. This concludes our demonstration on uninstalling, repairing, and deleting the agent. Our next video will look at how to deploy the agent to other clients such as Unix, Linux clients, and network devices.